My beloved child, I speak to you now with a heart overflowing in grace and mercy. Listen closely, not with your ears only, but with your spirit. For what I speak today is meant to reach the deepest part of your soul. I come not with condemnation, but with comfort. Not with fear, but with faith. Let every anxious thought be quieted in the stillness of my presence. You've been walking through days that feel like storms. Some of them are visible, others rage quietly inside, where no one else sees. But I see. I see the chaos that unsettles your heart. I know the thoughts that swirl like wild winds in your mind. And I say to you now, peace. Be still. Do not let fear steal your joy, child. Fear is a thief that whispers lies about your future. It magnifies your pain and blinds you to my promises. But you were not created to live in fear, you were formed in perfect love. And my love drives out every fear. Yes, the trial feels real. The struggle feels heavy. But what you are experiencing will not last forever. This moment is not your end, it is a passing storm. And I am with you in the middle of it. When everything feels unstable, remember this unshakable truth: in my presence, you are secure. You are loved. You are strengthened. Let those words sink in like a warm light breaking through cold shadows. I know the burden you've been carrying. I know the weight that has pressed against your chest in the silence of the night. You've wondered if you can keep going, if your prayers are still reaching me. They are. They always have. I've caught every tear. I've understood every cry, even the ones you didn't know how to say out loud. I've walked with you through moments that no one else knew about. And I'm walking with you now. So today, I invite you, pause. Just breathe. Take a deep breath, right where you are. Let the peace of my spirit begin to settle in. Let it quiet the noise in your mind and soften the fear in your heart. Let it remind you that you are not alone, and never have been. This storm won't break you. It's shaping you. And when it passes, you will stand, stronger, steadier, and more radiant in faith than before. Come, rest in me. I am here. Now that your heart is beginning to rest, allow my words to wrap around you like a shelter in the rain. I see the moments when you've questioned your worth, when you've wondered if you're too broken, too weary, or too far gone for restoration. But nothing could be further from the truth. My eyes have never turned away from you. Not once. Not even in your most fragile moments. You are not hidden from me. You have never been overlooked. I see you when the world passes by in a hurry and your soul feels left behind. I hear your sighs in the early morning, and I know the ache you carry behind your smile. I understand the heaviness that sits in your chest, the burden you try to bear quietly because you don't want to trouble anyone else. But I, the Lord your God, am near to the broken-hearted. And I have not forgotten you. Even when you walk through shadows of doubt, I am your guiding light. When you stumble under the weight of sorrow, I reach for you with hands that do not shake. You may feel alone in the crowd, but I am always by your side, whispering strength into your spirit and placing courage within your chest. Child, do not let discouragement shape your decisions. Don't let the lies of the enemy write your story. You were made for victory, not because you are perfect, but because my presence lives within you. I am the one who lifts the lowly and crowns the humble with glory. I've seen how long you've carried this quietly. How you've tried to hold it all together for everyone around you. And now I say, you don't have to carry it alone any longer. Let me take that weight. I was never meant to watch from afar while you struggled. I am your Father, your refuge, and your deliverer. Let this be the moment where you stop striving in your own strength. Come to me, not because you have the answers, but because you trust that I do. My plans for you are not derailed. My purpose is still alive within you, and no detour can erase what I've prepared. Even now, I am working behind the scenes, moving hearts, opening doors, and aligning every detail. You may not see it all yet, but child, the delay is not my denial. The silence does not mean I've turned away. I am still writing your story with tenderness and purpose. So take heart. Lift your eyes. The chapter ahead is filled with restoration, peace, and blessing. And I will walk with you, step by step, until every promise is fulfilled. I'm not finished yet. And neither are you. As you begin to let go of the heaviness you've carried, I want you to open your heart even wider, to receive not only comfort, but transformation. I am not only walking beside you, I am also doing something within you. In the places that feel wounded or empty, I am planting seeds of purpose, hope, and divine strength. Yes, I know this season hasn't been easy. It has tested your endurance and exposed your vulnerabilities. But in the fire of your trials, something sacred is taking shape. I am refining you. I am removing what does not serve you, and revealing what is eternal. What feels like pressure is not punishment, it is preparation. Let me say it again, this is not the end. You are not standing in defeat, but at the edge of renewal. I am reshaping your vision, teaching you how to see not just with your eyes, but with your spirit. Where you once saw only obstacles, you will begin to see opportunity. Where fear once whispered lies, my voice will rise like a song in the night, reminding you of who you are and whose you are. You are not defined by what you've lost or how far you've fallen. You are defined by my love for you, and it is steadfast. Even now, I am rebuilding what was broken, restoring what was stolen, and breathing new life into places that felt forgotten. And though it may be invisible for now, there is growth happening in the silence. Your roots are going deeper. Your spirit is growing stronger. You're becoming more aware of my nearness, more sensitive to my guidance, more anchored in my truth. When anxiety tries to return, remember the stillness you found in my presence. When discouragement knocks, recall my faithfulness. You've come too far to turn back now. Keep trusting. Keep showing up. Keep seeking me, even in the quiet moments where nothing seems to be changing, because those are often the moments when I'm doing the deepest work. You are being shaped into someone who can carry greater blessing, deeper joy, and a more powerful purpose. I am not merely taking you through this storm, I am using it to make you ready for the next chapter. There is glory ahead, light that you cannot yet see, but that is drawing closer every day. I am aligning people, resources, and divine appointments that will unfold at the perfect time. The things that once seemed impossible will begin to shift because my hand is upon you. So lean in. Listen closely. I am speaking to your heart, reminding you, this is holy ground. The place of pressure is becoming a place of promise. And you are not just surviving, you are becoming radiant with purpose. Let your soul be at peace. Let your faith rise. I am not only beside you, I am working wonders within you. Now that you've seen the quiet work I am doing within you, I invite you into something even more intimate. Not just restoration. Not just strength. But relationship. I long for your presence, not only when life feels overwhelming, but even in the ordinary, unhurried moments. You were created not to carry burdens alone or to survive on fleeting strength. You were created for communion, with me. Your soul needs the nourishment that only comes from lingering in my presence. This is not about performance or perfection. This is about connection. Come as you are, uncertain, weary, joyful, or curious. There's no need to impress me. I already delight in you. You may think your prayers must be eloquent or long, but I tell you, even a whisper, even a sigh, even a moment of stillness is enough for me to draw near. I do not measure your love by your words, I see it in the posture of your heart. When you pause and open yourself to me, even for just a breath, I am there. And I always will be. Let this be the beginning of a sacred rhythm in your life. Not out of obligation, but from a place of desire. Make room for me at your table. Invite me into your routines, into your morning reflections, your quiet drives, your evening walks. I will meet you there. And in those moments, I will refresh your spirit in ways the world never could. Do not wait for crisis to come before you seek me. Come to me daily, and I will fill you with what you didn't know you were missing: peace that quiets every storm, wisdom that cuts through confusion, joy that lifts the weight from your soul. These are not distant promises, they are yours now. You see, I'm not only the God who rescues, I'm the God who walks with you. Who talks with you. Who listens, even when no one else understands. And when you speak to me, I do not turn away. I draw closer. Even when you have no words, especially then, my spirit intercedes with groanings too deep for language. When your heart can barely form a thought, I know what you mean. When you sit in silence, I sit with you. You were not meant to live disconnected from divine companionship. You were made to walk side by side with me. So make room in your day, not just for religious rituals, but for real conversation. For sacred pauses. For space where your heart can breathe and be reminded that you are fully known and fully loved. In those moments, I will restore what the world has drained. I will heal what the past has wounded. And I will lead you, not only with direction, but with affection. So come. Be still. I am already here. And I have so much more I want to share with you. Now that you've begun to make space for me, now that you're letting your heart be still, you'll begin to notice something extraordinary. I have always been listening. Long before the words left your lips, I knew the thoughts forming inside you. The moments you wept silently into your pillow. I was there. When your knees buckled from the weight of disappointment, my arms upheld you. I have heard every whisper of your soul. There's not a single sigh I've overlooked. No plea, no tear, no trembling hope has ever gone unnoticed. You may have felt forgotten, but you have never been forsaken. My memory of you is perfect. My compassion does not fade with time. I remember the prayers you prayed in seasons of loneliness, the questions you voiced in frustration, and the hopes you barely dared to believe. You wonder if those words vanished into thin air, but I assure you, they reached heaven. I recorded each one. Stored in a place of honor. And while the answers may not have come when or how you expected, I've been at work all along, arranging outcomes far greater than you imagined. Even the silence was never empty. It was sacred space where trust was being cultivated. In the waiting, I was deepening your faith, anchoring your soul to something unshakable. In the delay, I was preparing both you and the blessing. There were days when sorrow tried to settle like fog over your spirit. But even in that thick grief, you reached for me. You didn't always feel strong, but you showed up. You didn't always have the words, but you kept knocking at my door. And I want you to know, that faith moved me. When you thought you were barely holding on, I was holding you tighter. I have not just seen your brokenness, I've entered into it with you. I've sat beside you in the dark and whispered hope into the cracks. I've lifted your face when shame tried to lower it. I've exchanged your mourning for joy and replaced your despair with new dreams. And now, I'm doing something even greater, I'm restoring what was lost. You won't have to force it or chase it. Just keep walking with me. Healing will rise like the sun, slow at first, but steady and unstoppable. Joy will return, not as a fleeting moment, but as a deep, abiding presence. And strength will grow where weakness once prevailed. So trust again. Not because you see everything clearly, but because you know my heart. Trust because you've witnessed my goodness, even in shadows. Believe because your story is not over, it's being rewritten with grace on every page. You are not forgotten. You are known. And I'm still responding. Let that truth anchor you tonight. Now that you've been reminded how deeply I see and hear you, I want you to carry this truth with you into every tomorrow. You are not walking toward the unknown, I'm already there. Before you wake, I've prepared the way. Before a new challenge appears, I've made provision. Your future is not a mystery to me. It is a masterpiece unfolding under my care. Let go of the fear that clings to questions you can't answer yet. Let go of the pressure to predict every outcome. You were never meant to figure it all out. You were meant to follow, step by step, guided by my spirit and surrounded by my mercy. Yes, there will still be days when uncertainties rise like waves. But even then, I am the calm in the storm. My peace is not a fragile thing. It does not depend on circumstances. It flows from my nature, unchanging, unwavering, always enough. You may be tempted to compare your pace with others, or to wonder if you've missed something along the way. But hear me clearly, nothing is lost in my hands. The path I've marked for you is not delayed. It's designed with care. What you thought was a detour has only deepened your roots. What seemed like a setback has secured your steps. Trust the process, even when it feels slow. I want you to dream again. Not with hesitation, but with boldness. Dream not just for survival, but for joy. Let your imagination stretch to the goodness I still intend to reveal. Lift your eyes to the horizon, I am doing something new, and you are part of it. Do not let the pain of the past rob the beauty of the days ahead. You are not defined by wounds or regrets. I have covered them. I have redeemed them. And now, I am launching you into a season of fruitfulness, not because you've earned it, but because I delight to bless you. Walk in that confidence, not prideful, but assured in your identity. You are not a question mark. You are not a mistake. You are chosen. Appointed. Secure. And my hand will never let you go. There is still more to see, more to build, more to give, and more to become. And I will be right here, every step of the journey, not just as a guide, but as your source. I will fill your cup when it runs dry. I will renew your strength when you feel empty. I will speak life over your weary soul until joy returns like a flood. Remember, this is not the end. This is a new beginning. You are stepping into days filled with promise, into a future rooted in purpose and watered by grace. So rise each morning not with dread, but with expectation. I go before you. I surround you. I remain within you. And no matter what lies ahead, you are never alone. Let your heart rest in that. I am with you. I always will be.